Paul, a disappointing result on Saturday night compounded with a hamstring injury to Michael Hurley. Can you give us an update as to where he's at and his injury?
Yeah, well, he's got a definite hamstring strain, so he'll miss 3 weeks. That's what we think. It's not a major, it's not a level 2. It's a level 1 hamstring strain, and given his history, it'll be a 3-week break.
And another player that was under a cloud of injury was Kyle Reimers after he copped a huge knock. Can you just clarify whether he was concussed or not?
Yeah, I think we should be really clear on this. There's been a lot of discussion in regards to concussion, and our doctors have got a wonderful record of looking after the players. Player welfare with our club has always been first. So let's be clear, there was no concussion. At no stage did Kyle lose any memory, lose any sort of consciousness at all, and he can recall the incident in great detail. So there's no problem from that point of view. He's had a history of a sore neck, and so he was concerned about that. He did get a knock to his eye, which is why he was kept off the ground for a period of time. But clearly no concussion, and if he had have had concussion, our doctors wouldn't have let him back on the ground.
Now, they were the only major incidents from the game. Moving on to the guys in the rehab group, and unfortunately a bit of a setback for David Zaharakis and his quad injury.
Yeah, with David, he's just stepping up his program, and he felt some soreness. So it's really, you take a step forward, then you take a couple back, and so we've just had to modify the program again, slow him down, and get him back just to a lower level. So that really just puts him back another couple of weeks. So it is a long-term injury. We don't expect him to play for quite a few more weeks yet. So we're just going to have to be patient with someone who's such an important player for us.
How's Angus Monfries going with his hamstring injury?
Yeah, Angus is going well. We hope, all going well, that he's a chance to play against Geelong, so in a week's time. So we'll wait and see. We'll monitor that. He has to build up his program, and we'll see how that flows through.
And Mark McVeigh, he's close to coming back as well from his knee injury.
Yes, we expect that Spike will be back this week, so he's excited. He's looking forward to coming back and being available for selection this week. He's missed quite a few weeks, so I would imagine that would be through the VFL. But it's something. When you miss so many games, you just can't wait to get back.
One man who's missed plenty of games is Brent Prismal, and we understand that he's nearing a return date as well, Hammer?
He is. He's getting very close. So it could be this week, could be the week after, but he is starting to get close, and which means we have to then put him back onto the senior list too, which means Corey Dell'Olio returns to the rookie list in those circumstances. So we'll have a look at that. We are in the position where we can elevate a rookie in the second half of the year, so we have that opportunity to do so.
Great. Now, there was a couple of guys who did return to the field on the weekend for Bendigo, and that was Tate Pearce and Jason Winderlich.
Yeah, both had really good games. Tate played for 3 quarters, came on at quarter time, had a real presence with the ball, and certainly physically looked good. So yeah, we're really buoyed by his return. Jason Winderlich, his first game for the year, and he came on at half time, just played the second half, but he looked fantastic. He just looked really sharp again, used the ball so well. We're really excited by the way he went about things, and if we can keep him on the park and get some games under his belt, he could be a really valuable acquisition for the remainder of the year.
Now, with Michael Hurley going down with the hamstring injury, there's been a lot of talk about whether Scott Gumbleton will come back for the game against Port. Can you tell us where Gumby's at and any other players that might be putting their hands up for selection this week?
Yeah, well, Gumby's now played a number of games in the VFL, and he did have a little bit of a knock to the head the previous week, so he didn't play much of that game. So it's been a on and off again return, but now he has got the games under his belt. So you'd have to say from a fitness point of view that he's ready to go. So now it will be up to the selectors whether they proceed down that path. But I think from a physical standpoint, he's ready to go. And there's a lot of other good players on the day. I mean, Tom Bowell-Chambers put his hand up. Alec Kavanagh played well. He's been emergency the last 2 weeks. Travis Collier was dynamic through the midfield. Henry Slattery played a good game. And the list goes on. Corey Dell'Olio also played really well. So Brendan Lee is a rookie who's been exceptional for a number of weeks, as has Mark Bagley. So we've got options, and that's the good thing. And clearly, there will be some spots available this week. So it's going to be a really tough one for us in the match committee.
Yeah, and we shouldn't forget that unfortunately it looks like Heath Hockings is going to miss this week or the next 2 weeks due to suspension. A few guys will be putting their hands up for his spot in the midfield as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He's such a really wonderful player for us, so it's disappointing that he's likely to be out for a couple of weeks. So, but again, that creates opportunity. So hopefully someone puts their hand up and puts it up really high.
Great, Paul.
Thank you.